Hello everyone, in this video we're going to be talking about today's severe weather threat and where I think could be maximized, and we're going to talk about tomorrow's enhanced risk that just got upgraded here. We're going to talk about this, and I might be live today or tomorrow. We'll see about that. Just put your notifications on about when I go live and you'll be able to see me go live. So let's talk about today before we jump in tomorrow, and we can talk about Sunday too, and videos upcoming. I'm going to try to post more videos about weather and stuff. So right now, today, we have some, thunderstorms across this whole area, and you see this dark green risk here? That is where some borderline severe thunderstorms you can say here. We have lots of special weather statements, just one south of Lexington, near Mayville. And generally, up here is where I think, personally, should be upgraded to a slight risk, just based off of what I'm seeing here off the models. We'll look at that in a bit here. This general nope, that's terrible. In this general area here is where I think we can see a slight risk upgrade. I mean, these storms are already beefy. I mean, this one has, just north of Greensfield, has hail up to ½ an inch already, almost borderline severe. So yeah, that's definitely one thing. And then up here, we do have some thunderstorms, but they are weakening as they head into the more smoky areas, which is reasonable. There's not as much CAPE or convective available potential energy there. But we still have storms, but it's just not as strong as they were. Alright, now let's take a look at the model data for my Ohio fans here in Indiana, because this is where I think it could just be, a little underdone here, what the models are not showing here. I mean, you can see, look at all these, borderline severe storms, right? You can see all these borderline severe thunderstorms here. Now, that is, you don't typically want to see that, but these could be flash flooding producers and severe weather makers, but right when the sun hits, they all weaken. Alright? So that's it for today. Now let's talk about tomorrow. So let me get to the 12Z Rufus. We'll look at the Rufus, then we'll look at the HRRR here. So tomorrow we have that big enhanced risk stretching from Waldorf, Washington, D.C., all the way up into Toronto. Toronto, I technically count you in that because you technically are. Syracuse is in it. New York is basically in it. And then we have some areas in the slight risk, such as Raleigh, North Carolina, Harrisonburg, Virginia, borderline Chicago, Lafayette, Indianapolis, Columbus. All these areas are going to be in the threat tomorrow. The tornado threat tomorrow is a little bit more elevated than what we've seen in recent history up in this area. We have a huge 5% tornado risk up here and 2% stretching all the way near Boston and Providence. Please be prepared. Now, the wind risk, oh no. Now, this is something that we're going to talk about if I go live today or tomorrow. It's a 45% wind risk, which is very high for this area. You don't see this often. Alright, and it could get upgraded to a 60% SIG 1. That could be a chance here. I mean, these are going to be strong winds here. 45% chance that we get that, in which is a little bit crazy. And then we have a 30% and then a 15% around that. Then a 5%, but it could get upgraded even further. The hail risk for tomorrow, it's just a 5% across all of the slight risk and enhanced risk. Nothing big a deal. Alright, now let's look at the model data for tomorrow. So here is the Rufus model. So again, it shows those storms today, right? And then it shows them just weakening significantly as it goes into western. So we can see here the Rufus. At around 12 p.m., it wants to show some storms heading into Syracuse and Scranton and Philly. And then this all conjoins. Look at Hartford, Providence. Look at this cluster of storms here. That could be rotating. We have a big storm just south of Scranton. Again, these can change too. It could change. And then we have that main squall line coming through with isolated supercells in front of them that could produce some intense tornadoes here. Like, you see this right here? Look at Providence. That's a big storm. You're Taunton. Big storm in Norwich. Like Hartford, New York City, Trenton, Philadelphia, Harrisburg, Pittsburgh, Cleveland. Generally, all of these areas in the East Coast needs to be on alert for tomorrow. So please don't be shocked if you see an isolated tornado or two. Then this turned into a big bowing segment as it heads offshore here of Philly, New York, eastern Connecticut, and Providence. And look what happens here as it goes to the Cape and Islands here. We can see here it has some hail in it, 1 to 2 inches in diameter. Again, we'll have to see if this slight risk gets upgraded. Alright, so that's all I have for today. But I'll let you guys know when I go live. And everyone, have a great day.